All right, guys. So we're getting ready to head to the gym, and today is kind of the heavy squat day and bench. So we're gonna get into it. Um, trying to debate on what pre-workout to take because Mother Bucker's kind of running low, and I can always buy more, but it's kind of expensive. It's like $1.50 per serving. So every scoop is like $1.50. But honestly, you don't even need a full scoop, because it's a crazy pre-workout. I won't lie. But either way, I got my crappy Redcon 1 pre-workout. Not saying that Redcon 1 is crappy. It's just like what I mean by crappy is like this just doesn't make me feel pumped, you know. So, and by the way, you know what? I retract that entire statement. Redcon 1 pre-workout is very good, and especially for the price. It is not a bad pre-workout no matter what. However, for the price, it's actually a pretty good pre-workout. But it is on the lower end of stim as far as pre-workouts go, just because partly because I think one serving has 200 milligrams of caffeine, so it's like an energy drink. But it's not terrible. I'm just gonna be completely honest. It tastes like Dookie. Like, it tastes like absolute Dookie. It is just not. It is not good at all. So, yeah. I am very surprised that I have not gotten pulled over yet for having my phone up front. Because I think it could easily be distracted driving to have my phone up here. So, yeah, I'm very surprised that I have not gotten pulled over yet. But I don't think it's necessarily illegal to be recording in the phone or with your phone in the front. So, yeah. But I'm grateful that I haven't gotten pulled over yet. I just got pulled over like 2 days ago. Got pulled over Friday night heading to the Geyer's house because it was both taillights were out, but my brake lights were working. So he let me off with a verbal warning and everything. He just had to check my license and check my insurance and whatever. So, yeah, and also it was really embarrassing because I handed him expired insurance 2 times in a row. So I was freaking out. I was like, no, he thinks I don't have insurance. But I went online and fished it out from the depths of the why am I blanking on the name of the insurance company? It's the green one, if that helps. The green insurance company. So, yep. But I am here, so we'll take our pre-workout and then we'll get in and do whatever else. So we got for today Total War blue lemonade flavored, but it really tastes like blue butthole. So let's go through the stuff here. Caffeine, yeah, 250 milligrams of caffeine. I've never seen juniper berry extract before. Wonder what that does. Yeah, it's got your standard 3,200 milligrams of beta alanine, 1,000 milligrams of agmatine sulfate, 1 milligram of taurine, 50 milligrams of theobromine, some green tea leaf extract. That probably has some extra caffeine. There's black pepper extract in here, which that is also very interesting. I've never seen that before. One thing that this has that I don't see very commonly is sodium. I don't see sodium in pre-workouts that much. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't see it much though. So we're gonna, unfortunately, actually, you know what? I really don't feel like dry scooping this. And I got my cup still from when I went out to get my haircut, and then I went to Vita's Taquera afterwards. And I got my cup because they got some frescas there. They got like they got horchata, they got Jamaica, agua de Jamaica. They got all sorts of. They do actually only have those two right now because their tamarind. The tamarind fresca is it was just out, or maybe like the machine's down or something like that, because it was just empty. There was none. So we'll do 1.5 scoops. Whoa. That smells like blue. Here's the deal. I think they're focused on the smell more than they are the actual flavor of the pre-workout. So. Oh, that tastes like dookie. Ugh. Ah. In case you guys are wondering, that's why I don't use this pre-workout. Oh. Oh. All right, let's get inside. The employees will look at me like I'm crazy.
Have a good workout, man.
Thank you. Did you have a good workout?
You can't get a buddy to hang with you, so you got a spotter?
Well, it's probably not safe to spot, so I'm going up to 450 today, so probably not safe to spot that. But if I need to, I'll raise the spotter arms there, and so I can drop it.
Good, safe, man.
Yeah, I will. Have a good day.
You too, man.
Sorry, am I in your way? Am I in your way?
Alrighty, so that was not bad, especially squats. And I was not expecting bench to go that good either. Bench was probably the best it's ever been at the community center. So yeah, definitely not bad. I will edit this video up. I'm heading back here in an hour because I got work. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, I don't know why I'm getting hiccups all of a sudden. But yeah, I'm gonna put some chicken in the air fryer and some rice in the rice maker, and I'll eat me some chicken and rice for lunch, and then I will pack. I'll pack like a little snack. I'll make some extra rice. And if I have time, I'll make some ground beef. I'll make up my ground beef. Basically, I'll work from 2:30 to 7, so it's only 4.5 hours. So I'll basically have, lunch, and then 4.5 hours later, I could eat dinner after work, or I could eat it at work. It's just, here's the deal. Eating dinner at work makes the time go by so much quicker, but so actually, I lied. Up until dinner, it feels like a million years. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and it just feels like I'm stuck. Like, I look at the time on my phone, and, I look at the time, and say it's 5 o'clock, right? And then I get done with work, go home, live the rest of my life, go to college, have a wife and kids. I die, and then when I die, after living 60, 70 years, when I die and everything fades to black, I open my eyes and I look at the time at work, and it's only 5:01. And like that's how slow. Like it literally feels like eons go by. But so I don't know. I'm trying to debate like what type of job, because I'm definitely staying at the community center like as long as I can. But I'm trying to debate what kind of job I would like. One where I'm working my ass off, and then one where I'm doing nothing and I'm just bored. And honestly, for powerlifting, the nothing is better. But if I wasn't like a lifter, and if I wasn't like, you know, doing other stuff, man, I'd probably take that job where I'm working my butt off, to be honest. I've never worked like a really grueling job before, but I and again, please do not take this out of context. Like, I'm not like saying, oh, poor me, but I did work for my uncle, and he's a farmer. He's got a produce farm, and probably the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life is like most uncomfortable I've ever been while working is while picking tomatoes in his field. Like not talking cherry tomatoes, but like picking legit tomatoes. So, and here's why. So you got these tomatoes and you got the vines. Sorry, that's my sister. You got the vines, and they come up and they create like a dome almost. And you have to get on your hands and knees and crawl through and, you know, pick up tomatoes. And so like you're literally sitting there on your hands and knees, crawling, looking for tomatoes. You discard the rotten ones, obviously, and you pick the good tomatoes, and you stick them in your little bucket that you have, right? So the thing is, though, is that that little dome of vines is like a sauna. It traps all the heat and all the moisture, and it is so hot in there. And we get out there at probably 5 in the morning, but by like, and it's not too bad then, because it's still it's probably like 80 degrees in peak summer, so it's not terrible. But by like 9, so it's like a 5, like it's like 5:30 to 12:30, 5:30 to 1, something like that is usually when I would work. But so usually about like 9-10 o'clock, it gets really hot. Like it's bad. It's terrible. So either way, that's probably the worst thing I've had to do for money. Is like picking tomatoes. It was like I got out of there and I was like literally soaked in sweat, pants soaked in sweat. I probably drank like 2 gallons during my entire shift. I had my big football water bottle, big football jug. That's a gallon, and I had my little Gymshark bottle that I would carry with me. And then they had like a station where you could fill up water. So what I would do is I had football thing full of ice, packed full to the brim, and I'd fill that up with water too. And then I would get my Gymshark bottle. You go up a row, and I get a sip at the end of the row. Go back, drink the rest of it, and then pour it, fill it up again with the football water bottle, and I just repeat the cycle. Add water into the ice, and you know that made it a little more bearable. So, either way, it does get boring at the community center, but I am so grateful for my job because I get great hours, like amazing hours, and it is probably the easiest job that I've ever had to do in my life. I literally get paid to sit on my phone and do my homework. And now that school is out, I just get paid to sit on my phone. So yeah, it's a really nice job, and I hope I can keep it through college, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I'll see you guys. So tomorrow I do want to do a video on the lake with the jet ski. That would be really cool if we could do that. So I'll record with the GoPro probably, because I don't want to lose my phone. But I will I'll get the GoPro, record with the GoPro, and then hopefully record some cool stuff. Hopefully some wipeouts too, because we got a new jet ski and it's like 300 pounds. I'm not even kidding. Like I can literally pick it up how light it is. So it's one of those ones you can do flips and tricks on it. So that's gonna be really cool. But it is really old, so I don't know. I don't know how willing I am to try a flip, especially if it lands on me. That would be brutal. But either way, it will make for a fun day tomorrow. So I'll try to record as much as I can, and I will. If not, I will see you guys for Tuesday's workout. So yeah, I'll see you guys for Tuesday's workout then.